We all knew that there would be differences between the Xbox 360 version and the Xbox One version of Forza Horizon 2. But did we really know how many and what the impact of those differences would be on gameplay? That is the question. So before we begin, I must give a massive shout out to Lil Big Bobby, who actually got all of the Xbox 360 footage for me, and I sent him around on a wild goose chase getting all the footage you're going to see here. And huge props to Tom for the final race footage from the Xbox One. So both of their links will be in the description below. Go spread some AR12 love. So let's jump into the main differences of the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 version right here. You're actually looking at two of the main differences. One of them being that there are no drivatars on the Xbox 360 version of Forza Horizon 2. On the Xbox 360 version, you have normal standard AI like your little M. Rossi, who we all love a lot, and people like that. On the Xbox One version, however, you have drivatars. Your drivatars are your friends, and they mimic the way you drive in real life. For instance, drivatars, my drivatar in Forza Horizon 2 is a complete and utter ass. So, very accurate to the way I actually drive. Another main difference of Forza Horizon 2 on the Xbox 360 version and the Xbox One version is that the Xbox 360 version only runs at 720p 30 frames per second, while the Xbox One version runs at 1080p 30 frames per second. Now, this video will be rendered at 1080p, but that is just so you can see the Xbox One version in the highest quality. It doesn't mean that the Xbox 360 version is running at 1080p. It is a 720p scaled up into 1080p. Another huge difference is the map between the Xbox 360 version and the Xbox One version. Now, on the surface, they look quite similar, but when you actually dive into them, they're very different. For instance, certain parts of the map on the Xbox 360 version are locked, while in the Xbox One version, they're completely open. One of them is the golf course. If you see the Xbox One version on the left, driving up to the golf course, you can go wherever you want. On the Xbox 360 version, however, you have these walled off areas and these big gates all around the golf course where you can't go in. Now, why is it like that? I have no clue. It seems to be all mapped there, like that. Even that house in the back on the 360 version is there on the Xbox One version. I'm driving up to it right now, and why, I don't really know. And another huge one is the docks. For whatever reason, the motorway down to the docks isn't there. It just doesn't exist on the Xbox 360 version. Now, this one, the area inside the docks doesn't seem to be mapped out, so I don't really know why that is, but you don't have all these big crates that you do on the Xbox One version. So anyways, that's just another one of the differences there are. Another one is the car list. There's around 20 to 30 cars missing from the Xbox 360 version when you compare it to the Xbox One version. One of them being the Lancia Fulvia. If you saw the mission that I did, the train versus the Lancia, when you do that mission on the Xbox 360, you use an old Corvette like a C1 or a C2. So yeah, there's a big difference in the actual car list. Another huge difference that was brought to my attention by actually you guys is what happens when you level up. When you level up on the Xbox One version of the game, you get to spin a wheel for between 3,000 and 100,000 credits, and also the opportunity for a car. Whilst on the Xbox 360 version, each time you level up, you get a hefty 2,500 credits. So, why? No idea. But that's a thing. Another really big difference is the upgrading of cars. Keep in mind, these are the same cars. You should, in theory, be able to do the exact same upgrades to them, but you can't. The rims in Horizon for the 360 are exactly the same as the rims as Horizon 1. Also, for whatever reason, on the Xbox 360 version, you have different engine swaps. You can't swap your drivetrain, and there is no tuning, so you can't add your camber to do some sweet sideways stuff. So just keep that in mind as well. Another difference that was pointed out to me is the final race in Forza Horizon 2. For whatever reason, they decided to change it. I don't really know why, but the race on the Xbox 360 version goes around the Horizon Festival and you do 2 laps. It takes around 6 minutes in total. While on the Xbox One version, you have to do a 20-minute race, around 20-minute race, around the entire map, almost the entire map. But just keep that in mind as well. Another big difference between the two games is what actually happens when you beat the games. Technically beating the games, doing the final race here, the final championship race. What happens when you beat the final race? On the Xbox 360 version, you get a hefty 25,000 credits, plus whatever your skill bonuses were. So Bobby here got a nice 41,000 credits for beating the game, while on the Xbox One version, excuse me, you get a nice 1 million credit bonus. So again, something to keep in mind. So the big question is the Xbox 360 version worth it, or should you just spend the time and get an Xbox One a little bit later? Well, in my opinion, if you compare the Xbox 360 version to nothing, it's an awesome game. But when you have the Xbox One version next to it, oh boy. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, subscribe down below, like and stuff for the things. Don't forget to share it around with your friends. Anyways, guys, thank you again very, very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.